India is well known around the world owing to its historical background, diverse cultures and interesting traditions. Its ancient scriptures and texts have been the way of life of its people for thousands of years. Today, the country is taking huge strides in the field of science and technology, paving a way towards a progressive India. So friends, I'm your host Shreyasa Vijay, and today in our episode of My India, we'll take a look at some of the stories that very well showcase the unique culture and prosperity of our country, stretching from Himalayas to Kanyakumari. Land of varied traditions and cultures, India celebrates a number of festivals throughout the year. While few are observed with immense enthusiasm across the country, others are limited to a particular state or region only. Rukuna Rath Yatra, celebrated in the Odisha's capital city Bhubaneswar, is one among these festivals. Though this year the Chariot Festival was cancelled as Prime Minister announced 3-week lockdown across the country amid coronavirus outbreak, but for the last many years, this cultural jamboree has been observed with great fervour across the region. So, today in our series of culture stories, let's see the significance of this age-old tradition and how it is celebrated for years. Every year, devotees from various districts of Odisha gather at India's eastern city of Bhubaneswar to take part in the famous Rukuna Rath Yatra, celebrated each year in the Gregorian month of March or April. This year, the famed Hindu Chariot Festival has been suspended in India's eastern Bhubaneswar city due to the prevailing nationwide lockdown to control the coronavirus spread.
बड़ा दुख का बात है। काल भगवान का नेत्र उत्सव था। काल से नीति पूरा बंद हो गया। काल से नीति बंद होने से आज भी नीति बंद हुआ है। अभी ये फेस्टिवल पूरा बंद हो गया। सबका मन में दुख हुआ है, लेकिन दुख में कोई बात नहीं। धन जीवन को रक्षा करने के लिए ये प्रयास जारी हुआ है। इसको भी हम भारत सरकार को स्वागत जनाते हैं। जो भी हुआ है वो भी अच्छा है।
Devotees who assemble in large numbers to attend the procession believe that getting a glimpse of the chariot is auspicious and that those who attend will be rewarded with happiness. Temple priests were dejected this year as the long-running tradition was stopped in its tracks due to the lockdown. They felt that tradition should be continued, at least with limited people participating in it.
मेरा यही एक रिक्वेस्ट है गवर्नमेंट को, अगर जितने कम से कम लोग, कम से कम जो जितना पंडा परियाड़ी, जो घंटा, जो काली, जो जितना जो कर्मी है, जितना लिमिटेड कर्मी, जितने कम से कम लोग को लेके जो रिचुअल को अगर पूरा किया जाए, हम गवर्नमेंट के ऊपर आभारी रहेंगे।
According to legend, Lord Ram returned to his birthplace Ayodhya after killing the demon Ravan in Lanka. His family priest advised him to visit Ekamra Kshetra, now Bhubaneswar, and worship Lord Lingaraj to absolve himself of the sin. Lord Lingaraj, happy with Ram's utmost devotion and worship, comes in a chariot to meet him, and since then, this tradition is being followed. People also believe that Lord Lingaraj is an incarnation of Hindu god of destruction, Lord Shiva, and the Lingaraj temple is amongst the most ancient temples of India. India is well known for upholding its values of serving humanity for ages. Every time when the country has gone through tough times, a number of big-hearted people have come up and set new definitions of humanity with their acts of kindness. Similar examples can be witnessed nowadays when the country is in the grip of deadly coronavirus. Let's take a look at few of them. India is battling against COVID-19 and its hunger heroes are battling against the hunger woes of the country. As the Prime Minister announced the 21-day lockdown to prevent the spread of coronavirus in the country, the decision seems to have taken its toll on the underprivileged and daily wage workers who are running out of food and money. In this hour of need, several benevolent people, including the country's religious and charitable mega kitchens, are coming forward in different parts of the country to feed these people irrespective of their caste and community. In Ahmedabad too, the Gurudwara committee is seen feeding thousands of people, mostly migrant workers, who are facing a crisis of food scarcity.
यहाँ कोई भी आदमी आवे, भूखा पेट आवे, रोटी खा के जावे, उसको साथ में पैकिंग चाहिए तो भी हम देते हैं, जिसका कोई हमारे पास चार्ज लेते नहीं है। अभी हमारे पास 1000 आदमी का खाना सुबह और 1000 आदमी का खाना शाम को बनता है। जो म्यूनसिपालिटी की गाड़ी और कलेक्टर ऑफिस के आदमी आते हैं वो यहाँ से ले जाते हैं, वो जहाँ जाके उनको योग लगता है वहाँ बांटते हैं।
Similar scenes are also being witnessed in Ludhiana city of Punjab, where volunteers, including both men and women, are seen preparing food on a mass scale. They are even taking care of all the necessary precautions while preparing the stuff so that the needy can get a healthy meal. In Punjab's Amritsar city too, volunteers first prepared the meal in bulk and then transported it to the location where it was required.
ਬੰਦ ਦੀ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਾਰੋਬਾਰ ਫੈਕਟਰੀਆਂ ਇੰਡਸਟਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੀ ਬੰਦ ਪਈ ਆ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਡੇਰੇ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਸੇਵਾਦਾਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਡਿਊਟੀ ਲਾਈ ਆ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਕਲੋਨੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਫੋਨ ਟੈਲੀਫੋਨ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਡੀ ਇਸ ਕਲੋਨੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਸ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੇ 200 500 ਜਾਂ 800 1000 ਆਦਮੀ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਡੇਰੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵਾ ਤਿਆਰ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਵਾ।
Modi ordered the country's 1.3 billion people to remain indoors until April 15th, saying that was the only hope to stop the pandemic. In such a condition, a number of people cutting across the religious lines are extending their helping hand to those who have lost their sources of income. Now, a roundup of some of the major stories that made news recently.
A group of Indian engineers are burning the midnight oil to design prototypes for cheap medical ventilators as the country faces a shortage of the critical devices that help patients struck by COVID-19. The world's second most populous nation is currently under a 3-week lockdown to curb the spread of coronavirus.
Considering the condition of India right now, there will be a lot of locations which are not maybe tier 3 cities, tier 2, tier 3 cities where a lot of ventilators are not available, or even if they are available, they are already occupied. So our objective is to have a portable, which we have already achieved it. So we have designed a portable ventilator, so it can be used anywhere and it can even work for some time on a battery backup. So that the power consumption is very low. It's a very light and weight ventilator.
India, with a population of roughly 1.3 billion, likely has around 30 to 50,000 ventilators, according to an estimate by research group Center for Disease Dynamics, Economics and Policy. As many as 1 million ventilators may be required to address a possible peak infection scenario sometime between April and May in India. Various groups across India, including its top car makers, are also assessing ways to manufacture low-cost ventilators. Individuals and firms have started making masks from cloth. These masks are manufactured in order to meet the increasing demand of masks and sanitizers in Jammu and Kashmir to fight coronavirus.
कुछ दिन पहले मैं अपने घर के लिए, अपनी फैमिली के लिए, अपने वर्कर्स के लिए मार्केट में मास्क खरीदने गई थी, तो मैंने देखा काफ़ी शॉर्टेज है और काफ़ी हाई रेट पे मिल रहे हैं, अगर मास्क मिल भी रहे हैं, और काफ़ी देखा कि लोग बहुत परेशान हैं, वायरस फैल रहा है, क्योंकि एक बहुत मेजर सेफ्टी है मास्क पहनना जब भी आप घर से बाहर जाएं, किसी भी दूसरे इंसान से कम्युनिकेट करें। इस चीज़ को ध्यान रखते हुए मैंने अपने वर्कशॉप पे पहले एक सैम्पल बनाया मास्क का और देखा कि वो है सही बन रहा है कि नहीं।
A number of NGOs and wholesale dealers are coming forward to purchase these masks for further sales and distribution. It is individuals like these who are assisting the government against the fight with COVID-19 and are setting an example for others that united we can overcome any problem.
Next, we move to a section of Asia Buzz, where we will talk about the Tokyo Olympic Games that have been postponed to next year amid coronavirus outbreak. Though the Olympic flame had already arrived at Fukushima Prefecture, it could not be continued amid the pandemic. But the next year, the torch relay will start from Fukushima itself. We have a report.
The Summer Olympics in Tokyo, postponed because of the coronavirus pandemic, is likely to open on July 23, 2021. Already Olympic flame has arrived at Fukushima Prefecture. Japanese call it the fire of reconstruction. On March 11, 2011, the Great East Japan earthquake occurred and Fukushima Prefecture was severely damaged by tsunami and provoked the accident of Fukushima Daiichi Nuclear Power Station. 9 years have passed and the reconstruction of the affected town is steadily advancing. Tokyo Olympic was postponed, but the torch relay will start again from Fukushima to encourage the people of Fukushima and Japan.
9年目を終わるところになりますけれども、一時は16万人を超える方が避難をされておりました。で数は少なくなりましたけれども、いまだに4万人の方が避難を余儀なくされておる現状がございます。ただ一方で、復興は着実に進んでおりまして、まさに、聖火リレーのスタート地点である J ヴィレッジ、昨年の4月にグランドオープンということで、そういった復興のシンボルが一つ一つ出来上がっているところでございます。
J Village was used by many athletes mainly for soccer as sports facility. After the nuclear power plant accident, it was used as a precursor to reconstruction base as parking and protective clothing fitting place for workers. After the grand opening 2019, Thailand football boys, known by news of rescued from cave, visited as holy spot of football.
この J ヴィレッジがですね、東京オリンピックの聖火リレーのグランドスタート地に選ばれたことは大変光栄に思っております。この J ヴィレッジがですね、震災の後自己収束のための中継基地として長らく営業を休止していたわけですが、これを乗り越えてまた営業が再開できたこの地をですね、このグランドスタートを通して多くの方に知っていただきたいというふうに思っています。
The start ceremony in J Village was cancelled, but the governor of Fukushima Prefecture said that torch relay should start from J Village in next year. Most of people in Japan agree to this because they recognize it is the symbolic issue for Fukushima and Japan. The fire of reconstruction is never extinguished. 9 years have passed since 2011 after Tokyo Electric Power Company's Fukushima Daiichi Nuclear Power Station accident. Recovering work is progressing dynamically. For example, removal of debris on the site and spent nuclear fuel, the construction of embankment, and the storage of waste such as contaminated water. Now, 96% of the area is recovered to safe area that worker and staff could enter with simple mask and general work suit. Based on sampling survey, radioactive materials are now below national standard. Such work will be steadily advanced towards the decommission over next 30 to 40 years. There is a constant effort to ensure the safety of Fukushima Prefecture and Japan.
はい、じゃあ足元に気をつけていただいて、はい、ここは装備が全くいらないエリアになります。1号機から4号機が、全体が見渡せるエリアになります。
Prime Minister Shinzo Abe visited the site in April 2019 and there was great response to photograph of his style not wearing protective clothing. The cafeteria of this facility uses Fukushima Prefecture ingredients to serve workers delicious 3,000 meals a day. It is the place of relaxation for working people and it is the place to regain working energy. Fukushima Prefecture expatriates the staff to ensure the safety of the Fukushima Daiichi Nuclear Power Station. Close relation of TEPCO and Fukushima Prefecture is integral to keep safety.
今はですね、9年経ちまして、今当時、事故当時は環境も汚染してしまって現場の方も防護服を着たり非常に重装備をする中での作業というのになりましたけれども、今だいぶその線量も改善をして、あとはフェーシングなどの埃の舞い上がりですね、そういったところの抑え込みができましたので、かなり軽装備でできるような作業になりました。
1F の中っていうのは簡単に入れるところではないので、今 1F の中ではこういうふうな作業をやってます、廃炉はここまで進んでいますといった、そういった情報を発信してですね、県民の皆様にですね、安全安心を伝えるといいますか、発信していく、そのような業務の方を行っております。
Fukushima Prefecture publishes information of safety such as reports on the activities, decommissioning work and special dose rates. It is integral for safe and relieved life. The work on decommissioning, which TEPCO and Fukushima Prefecture are working together, has given many people mind of safe and security and is making sure that they are moving forward towards reconstruction for bright future.
India is a land of diversity where people of different castes, communities and faiths live together with peace and harmony. They don't just have mutual cooperation among themselves but also bear equal regards for the beliefs of others. Displaying one such beautiful example is a village in Bihar's Nalanda district whose Hindu residents have been taking care of a mosque for the last several years.
Located in the Nalanda district of Bihar, Mari is a small village in Ben block which is completely inhabited by Hindu residents. In the same village lies a centuries-old mosque which was once built by the Muslims who inhabited the area but slowly drifted to other places, leaving behind the immovable holy structure. And that was the time when Hindu residents of the village stepped in to take care of the mosque and preserve it. They have given their heart and soul to the holy place and always keep its premises neat and clean.
हिंदू समुदाय का लोग इसको देखभाल करते हैं।
और मुस्लिम भाई?
और मुस्लिम तो यहाँ एक भी नहीं है।
अच्छा।
मुस्लिम थे जो 100 वर्ष पहले यहाँ से पलायन कर चुके।
और तब से?
और तब से हिंदू समाज के जो भी हैं कार्यकर्ता, श्री गौतम महतो और बखोरी जमादार और अजय पासवान, ये सभी करते हैं।
Besides taking care of the mosque, residents even play azan on the loudspeaker 5 times a day using a pen drive and call the faithful each day to come and pray. Locals even say that after each wedding in the village, the newlywed couple first comes to the mosque to pay obeisance at this holy place.
हम जान पाते हैं और शुक्र के बृहस्पति के सोमवार के लोहमान अगरबत्ती जलाया जाता है और लोग चदरा चढ़ाते हैं। मनोकामना जिनको पूरा होता है ना तो यहाँ चदरा चढ़ाया जाता है।
Several such examples can be found in every nook and corner of the country that have been playing a key role to strengthen the secular fabric that binds different castes and communities together.
It's been said that there is no society without an environment. A number of individuals and organizations are working diligently towards environment conservation in order to develop a better society and preserve the green treasure. In today's episode, let's meet one such environment lover from Jorhat city of Assam, who is popularly known as the Forest Man of India. Have a look.
In the far flung of the east, there lives a 60-year-old farmer who is on a mission to bring back the glory of the beautiful Majuli island. His name is Jadav Payang, an environmental activist and forestry worker from Jorhat, Assam, also known as the Forest Man of India. In the year 2015, Jadav was awarded Padma Shri, the fourth highest civilian award in India. He has been felicitated with a number of awards for his noble work and his educational documentaries. Recently, the Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Prakash Javadekar, handed Swami Vivekanand Karma Yogi Award 2020 to Jadav Payang in the national capital. The award was instituted by My Home India.
इंडिया होम जो है तो एनजीओ वो लोग तो बहुत अच्छी काम करा है, इंडिया के लिए करा है, धरती के लिए करा है। वो लोग बच्चों लोग जो बचपन में सिखाया, वो लोग हर नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न में जा के वो तो छोटा लड़का बच्चा को साथ वो सिखाया, वो तो बहुत अच्छा काम करा है। वो सीखने से भी जल्दी इंडिया ग्रीन हो जाएगा।
Jadav single-handedly planted a real man forest of 550 hectares. He began with his mission in the year 1979. The forest called Molai, which is named after him, is located near Kokilamukh of Jorhat, Assam, sheltering Bengal tigers, Indian rhinoceros, over 100 deers and rabbits, besides monkeys and several varieties of birds, including vultures. Payang shared his experience and his life journey on how he started sowing a sapling and about the hardship he faced all this while. Every creature of nature is complementary to each other, so we must strive to save the environment, said Payang.
नीचे के काजीरंगा नेशनल पार्क आसपास जितने भी है, पवित्रा जितने भी है, उसका नौकरी देके उसका संरक्षण करने कमेटी गठन करने पड़ेगा। आज तो कर रहा है, इसके लिए राइनो मरा नहीं अब।
Payang says that it is everybody's responsibility to plant trees to save the environment from global warming.
That's all we have for you this week. Your comments and suggestions are important to us. Do give us your feedback at suggest.myindia@gmail.com. I'm your host Shreyasa Vijay, and it's goodbye from the entire production team.